friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here to do the review of Little Fires Everywhere. I think this is episode 6. It's pretty good. I mean, it wasn't as good as last week's, but we finally get some questions answered this episode. Okay, we find out who the mystery man on the subway is. We find out why Mia is running, and honey, Elena. Early Elena, honey, she had a hard time. She wasn't the, perfect, coordinated, organized woman that she is now, honey. Elena was popping out babies like rabbits. Honey, Bill was breaking that back. But anyway, before I get started, I am a day late because we had a horrible, horrible storm that came through Wednesday night. And I was working Wednesday night, and then Thursday, yesterday, my power was out. They did not restore my power until it was last night. It was about 7 p.m. So anyway, I was without power, and I had to work last night. So anyway, you're getting it today. Also, my Foolery Friday, child, ain't happening today. So that will be pushed to Foolery Saturday. Y'all just gonna have to hang with me. That's all I can say. Hang with me, okay? We'll get that. We'll get that. We'll get through it together. And for my new subscribers, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Welcome to the family. Y'all showed up and showed out. My last video, I appreciate you. All right, now let's get into it. First, let's talk about Elena. This ain't gonna take long, y'all. This ain't gonna take long. All right, let's take it back to the 80s, child. To the 80s. All right. So Elena, she already has 3 children. All right. Her and Bill are living in the house that Mia and Pearl are living in now. Okay. So she's ready to get back to work. That old Shaker Heights newspaper, child. Okay. So she's ready. So she goes off to work, all right, and they're happy to see her. But while she was gone, some other woman done slid into her spot, and she got a promotion. She got the job Elena wanted. So the boss man was like, well, hey, she got the job. You was out having babies. Okay, are you finished now? Is 3 enough? I mean, my God. So Elena was like, listen, I am all about my job, my career. So she's happy to, be back at work, but she is a little upset that heifer done went in there and got her job. All right. So later on, we see Elena, and guess what, y'all? Guess what? She pregnant again. Number 4. Now, all her kids are just steps away from each other. All of them are in diapers at the same time. And child, honey, when I tell you that 4th child, Izzy girl, honey, Izzy has been giving her mama headaches from birth. Izzy has been ripping her mama's hair out her roots since birth. Izzy has been that child. So, of course, she's not happy with this. She's not happy that she's pregnant because she wants to move on to her career. I mean, she has 3 kids. They're finally settling down. Bill got his job. She's finally working on hers. Don't have time for no 4th child. So she's talking to her mama child. What about that mama? Miss Sensitive. Honey, that mama was a trip. So anyway, she's talking to her mom. And she was like, I'm just not ready for a 4th child. And so mom said, well, what are you talking about? She was like, well, it's a choice if I want this child. And so the mom said, what are you talking about? You think this ain't no choice? Okay? You're acting like this is a choice. That's what the mom said. And so Elena said, oh, it is a choice. The mom said, oh, no, not for us. Not for our kind. Okay, I'm thinking, rich white folks. Okay, now see, I'm all for pro-choice. For the, poor, black, minority, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. I'm all for that. But when it comes to my child And the rich white folks, oh, there is no choice. You will be having a baby because, see, Elena was definitely thinking about having an abortion. Okay. But her mom said, oh no, you having this kid. You have the means and you have the finances. Okay. There's no reason why you cannot support a fourth child. So, she has the fourth child, and who is it, y'all? Izzy. Honey, it's a hard time for Elena. Honey, them babies are squalling left and right. They cramped up in that house, and Izzy is not latching on to her. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see how Izzy is not latching on to Elena? And how Elena dragged those 3 kids, went to that store, grabbed about 18 containers of formula? When Maylene wasn't latching on to BB, Maylene couldn't do that. She was short 70 cents. That heifer of a cashier couldn't even give her 70 cents, which led to BB giving up Maylene. Isn't it funny? Okay, see how that worked out, you know, how they intertwined that. I love that part, you know. But anyway, so Elena is just losing her mind. Of course, Bill's happy. Bill's at work. Bill ain't got to deal with all these chaps, okay? He got to go off to work, so he got a little bit of break. Elena has 4 children at home, and one is a baby, and honey, they are driving her crazy. Izzy is bawling, she's crying, she's screaming, and honey, Elena breaks down and starts busting dishes. Child's like, girl, if you don't stop busting those dishes. She was like, I mean, she was screaming, busting dishes, child, honey, she had it. She was at her wit's end. That was it. So Bill gets home. You know, her homegirl is there. And that was it. She was like, I need a break. She said, I am going to go get a pacifier so I can shut that baby up. Soon as I get a pacifier, I'm going to shove it in her throat. So she goes and she gets a pacifier. And she makes a phone call. All right. Who does she call? She calls Jamie, of course. You know, Jamie. Y'all remember Jamie, don't you? All right. During that time, Jamie was still in Paris. Jamie had wanted her to stay in Paris. Elena said no. Okay. So they broke up. So she calls, you know, Jamie. She meets up with Jamie. They have a little meal, a little drink. All right. Sounds familiar. Looks familiar. So they go out and they end up in the hotel room. Kissy, kissy, huggy, huggy, honey, they was about to do it. Honey, Jamie was all for it because he loved Elena, okay? He loved her, all right? So he wanted to have that, you know, connection with Elena again. So they're in the middle of it, and then Elena, she thinks better of it. She thinks about her kids, and she thinks about Bill. Well, see, this is what happened. Now, some of y'all was like, well, why did Jamie have that reaction to her? Honey, why did he crack her face? Why did he lay her out? Well, this is why. Okay? This is why Jamie said Elena was a sad, sad woman. This is why Jamie said Elena was selfish. Because, see, back in the 80s, okay, young Elena, whippersnapper, honey, had all those kids who was feeling exhausted, who was feeling overwhelmed. She wanted the kiss and the touch and the hug of her ex. Because here her ex is living his life, doing something that she wanted to do. He got hired by the New York Times. Okay? And here she is at home with Bill. Okay? Popping out kids every 5 seconds. 4 kids at home. One of them was driving her crazy. Okay, and she can't even get a promotion at that dusty country shaker height paper. She's feeling a little bit conflicted about that, but honey, when it got down to it, and when it got down to is she gonna sleep with Jamie or not, she backs off. And instead of her taking, you know, responsibility, all right, and instead of her saying, I made a huge mistake, I messed up, I never should have came here. I am so sorry. Oh no, that's not Elena. Okay. Elena made Jamie feel like the bad person. Okay, she actually tried to make him feel guilty. She was like, I can't do this. Are you kidding me? I have a husband at home. I have children at home. How dare you? I mean, we know why we were here, right? That's why we were here. Nothing else, okay? Nothing else is going to come out of this because, see, in Jamie's mind, you know, hey, here's Elena. She's in the hotel room with me. You know, things may go back to how they were, you know, in Paris, because he asked her, he was like, you know, what if you would have said yes? Okay, things would have been different. But she did say, you know, she said no. And now here she is in the hotel room with her ex, contemplating sleeping with him. So, of course, he's like, oh my God. So, of course, she talks to him down. She makes him feel bad. And she was like, I can't do this. How dare you? I can't do this. All right. And so she walks out. So that leaves Jamie, honey, standing there embarrassed with a little hard-on child, confused, mad. Okay, so he's done had many years to think about that. So when he seen her again, and when they were in New York, and she told him, let's go back to the room. Click. He went back to his 20-year-old Jamie and was like, oh no, See, you done tried that once before, and you embarrassed me. Okay, you got me standing there looking like a fool on a stool, but guess what? I can show you better than I can tell you. And that's when Jamie cracked her face. Okay, so that's what that whole exchange was about between Jamie and Elena in the 90s New York compared to the early 80s New York. So anyway, so she gets home and everything has, you know, pretty much calmed down. And here she is, a wife, a mother, handling her children, and that is Elena's story. Now, we do know that Bill, he found the little piece of paper where she had Jamie's name and phone number on it. So he knew that she was in contact with Jamie. But anyway, all right, guys, that was Elena. Wasn't done too much with Elena. All right, now, let's talk about Mia. All right, so we have a young Mia. She is off to New York City to go to college. I think she's majoring in art history. All right, she has a brother who wants to be the next, you know, huge NFL star. And so she's just talking to her brother, packing up, and her brother is saying, you know, be careful. He gives her money. She was like, I can't take the money. And he was like, all right, well, here, take this mace, child, because you're going up in New York City. So she takes the mace. And so she's off to New York, and she has her class. And who is her professor, y'all? Pauline. Pauline. What's her name, y'all? Pauline Hawthorne, okay? That is her professor. Beautiful black lady, you know. And so she gets there, and I will say this. The young lady that is playing the younger Mia, did she just look at all kinds of videos of Kerry Washington? Did she not have Kerry Washington's facial expressions on point? This girl mastered Kerry Washington. I said perfect. I mean, she was perfect. She was great. She was great. Great young lady. Great actress. Just fantastic. So anyway, her and her professor, Pauline, honey, they started getting close. Okay? They started to really, you know, like each other. Pauline became Mia's mentor. So she looked up to her. Pauline, the professor, is guiding her to become a fantastic artist. So we have Mia. She's on the subway, and who's sitting there looking at her, stalking her, staring at her? Honey, the mystery man, all right? Now, the mystery man, what's his name? Jesse Williams, is that his name? Okay, Jesse Williams, the mystery man, has been looking at her, stalking her, just crazy. Okay, so she gets off of the subway. She's feeling nervous. She's walking back home. And who's behind her? The mystery man. And so she pulls out her mace and she was like, get back. Get back. Okay, I'll make you go blind. So of course he was like, I mean you no harm. Okay. So he says, listen, okay, yes, I have been following you for a while. I have been watching you for a while, okay? But me and my wife are unable to have children, all right? So we're looking for a surrogate. And since you somewhat look like my stranger that I just seen on the subway, a child that I just seen on the subway that I've been watching, tell me that ain't creepy, okay? But anyway, we would like for you to be our surrogate, all right? You think about it. Here's my card. My name is Joe. My wife's name is Maddie. Hey, we can make it worth your while. Now, this is my thing, friends. Here is a young woman in New York City on a subway, all of what, 17, 18 years old. And here's this strange man just walking up to her. Hey, I'm not a creep. I know it's pretty creepy that I've been stalking and watching you for months. But hey, okay, we just want you to carry our baby. Just a complete stranger. That happens, right? Don't that happen? I guess it does in the 80s, child. So anyway, so of course she was like, absolutely not. I do not know these people. This is insane. I am not going to carry this man's child. But guess what? She receives a letter from the school that says, listen, we broke. We are unable to pay for your tuition. Okay, so what you're going to have to do, Mia, you're going to have to come up with $12,000 for your next semester of college. Okay, if not, the same way you entered is the same way you leave. You got to go. Okay, so I hope you had fun in your little art history class, because it's about to be over. So she's panicking. She's talking to her brother, and she was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, I have to do something. Her brother says, listen, okay, think of something. You're going to have to think of something for you to stay in school. By any means necessary, stay in school. So, who does she contact? Well, she contacts Joe and Maddie. Okay, and first they were like, okay, we're willing to give you $10,000. Okay, we're willing to basically give you anything. Do you need an arm, a leg, or what? And so Mia was like, I need $12,000. Okay, I need $12,000, and they were like, we can do that. We can do it. So Mia says yes. She becomes a surrogate. And then just the sheer innocence of Mia at that time. She was a virgin. She says she's never used a tampon. And here she is becoming a surrogate. Did y'all see that turkey all basted? What's going on here? I was like, so y'all just gonna do that in Maddie's house? On her bed? Maddie's going to insert it? There's no doctors? So you're going to take a turkey baster and just go squeeze. That's what we doing. I said, Lord, have mercy. And guess what, y'all? She became pregnant. Okay. Now, during all this, she's still going to school. Her family doesn't know. Okay. All right. Her parents don't know. So, you know, she's been carrying on with her life. Her brother comes to visit, and her brother finds out that his sister is pregnant. And of course, she's sitting there, she's trying to explain. He was like, you know, this is crazy, right? This is crazy. That's your child. I'm going to have a niece or a nephew that I'm not even going to know. And so Mia's like, no. Okay, this isn't my child. This is their child. And so the brother was like, yeah, whatever. Well, who else is having dinner with them? None other than Pauline, honey, Professor Pauline. Okay, they have become close, all right? So close that Pauline has been taking her to art shows and art galleries and, even, having her work shown with a big-time artist. So they have become really, really close, all right? Especially there's some feelings, there's some attraction there. And her brother picked up on it. Okay. And Pauline had great things to say about Mia. How she is a fantastic young girl. How she is one of the best artists there is out there. How talented she was. And, you know, she grabbed her hand. I mean, so the brother's like, now what's going on here? Now, you're supposed to be teaching my sister. Not teaching my sister. All right. So as he was leaving, they were talking, you know, back and forth. And, you know, he brings that up and he was like, now what's going on with you and Miss Pauline? And so, of course, Mia was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, listen, okay, Pauline likes you a little bit more than you like her. What is going on with you two? And, of course, Mia said there's nothing going on. Okay, she is my mentor. And let's leave it at that. And we also see that beat up, broke down Chevette, honey. It was clean, wasn't it? It was clean back in 1981. So anyway, her brother left and, you know, she gave him a hug and, you know, blase, blase. So Mia and Pauline, they got even closer, child. Okay. They were having a moment. Right? They were talking about life, they were talking about children, and Mia was like, you know, talking about how she is confused about a whole lot of things, how she is conflicted about her feelings when it comes to Miss Pauline, child. Well, Miss Pauline let it be known what her feelings was with Mia. And honey, they got to kissing. And then they got to kissing some more, and child, honey, they got to kissing elsewhere. Now, mind y'all, Mia's a virgin. And here, Miss Pauline is kissing all over. Child, child, child. Mia got a big old belly by this time, child. Big old belly. And so, Mia and Pauline was having a relationship. Okay. I guess they grown to love each other. Alright, so some of y'all had put that down below in my comments. Y'all figured that out. That Mia was obviously bisexual, or is she a lesbian? Because it's very interesting how she treats men. Okay, especially ones that she chooses to sleep with. Honey, she sleeps with them and throw them away like a Kleenex, honey. A used Kleenex. So, is she bisexual or is she a lesbian? I don't know. But anyway, so her and Pauline continued on their relationship. She's still pregnant. Okay, everything's going well until she gets a devastating phone call from her mother saying that her brother had been in a car accident and that he had passed away. So, of course, Mia is devastated by this because she was so close to her brother. So she goes back home. Now, mind you, her mom and daddy did not know she was pregnant, okay? Her mom and daddy being very strict religious parents, okay? She was in fear of Mia becoming a lesbian. Here Mia is having a full-blown lesbian relationship. And then here Mia is stepping out of the taxi cab with a big old belly. What is going on? Now, they didn't know nothing about this relationship, but they showed them seeing this belly. Okay? And so Mia was like, it's not what you think. And the mama had no words. Honey, the mama's face said it all. Okay, so she walks off. So Mia, she's getting ready to go to her brother's funeral, and her mother tells her, you're not going to the funeral. You will embarrass this family. And that ain't happening on your brother's funeral. And that ain't happening at your brother's funeral. So, you're going to stay here because you done shamed us. Okay? And you're not going. So she was like, you're telling me that I'm not going to my brother's funeral? And the mama said, that's exactly what we're telling you. Okay? It's for the best. So Mia, she wasn't even able to go to her brother's funeral. Oh my God. So sad, right? So sad. So time has went on. And she has thought about a whole lot of things. She's done lost her brother. She thought about what her brother told her. That, I would never be able to see a niece. my niece, because he felt like that it was going to be a little girl. This is your child. She just feels overwhelmed, okay? And she has fell in love with this baby that she has been carrying, and she will not be able to turn the child over to Joe and Maddie. So, honey, she took a pen to the paper, and, honey, she wrote them out a letter, child. She wrote them out a letter and said, listen here, now I know you paid me a little bit of money. And I know we had all kinds of agreements, but this ain't your child. I'm going to keep it, okay? Sorry. Sorry for your luck. So anyway, she goes. She gets into that beat up Chevette, child, and she's gone. Oh my God. When she gets in that car and they throw up Marvin Gaye's song, honey, my favorite song of his, by the way. Can we just give a huge shout out to the music? Who put the music together for this series? Because, honey, they need a raise. Perfect. It was so good. So good. Even when they was in the gallery, they had a little hip hop to it in the early 80s. Who thought of Beat Street? Who remembers Beat Street? Beat Street. The king of the beat. I keep it rocking and rolling and across the street. Beat Street. Y'all remember that movie? Don't get me started. Y'all don't know nothing about it. What y'all know about Beat Street? What y'all know about it? I be going off on these tangents, but anyway. So, she's in the car, she's driving away, and she has the child, all right? And later on, she calls and looking for Pauline. And Anita answers. And so she was like, who is this? And so Anita says, Mia, it's me. She was like, well, where's Pauline at? And so Anita tells Mia that Pauline had died and that, she had been diagnosed. What y'all think, that she had HIV/AIDS? When you first heard Anita say those words, what did y'all think? But anyway, come to find out that she had ovarian cancer, all right? And she passed away, all right? So, of course, this hit Mia hard, okay? Because Mia was in love with this woman, okay? She legitimately loved this woman, all right? She took her virginity. Pauline took her virginity, okay? They taking baths together, that milky water, child. And, of course, we have those pictures, We have the picture of Mia that was in that bathtub that sold for like $400,000. And, so that was the picture that Pauline had sent her that got all that money. But anyway, of course, Mia is devastated. So Anita was like, listen, okay, Joe and his wife have been calling here non-stop. Okay, they looking for you, girl. They are looking for you. Now, see, I love Pauline. Pauline loved you. What do you want me to do? Whatever you want me to do. Okay, Mia says, listen, okay, I will be in contact with you. I got to get moving. All right, I have to stay on the road. So, Mia, she gets in the car, and then we see this little music montage and time delay from the time, Pearl was a baby to the present time when they drive into Shaker Heights. And that's it. All right, so we know Mia's background, all right? So we know who the mystery man is on the subway. His name is Joe. We know that Mia was Joe and Maddie's surrogate. We know that Mia, kept a child. She did not turn the child over to Joe and Maddie. And we know that is why she is on the run. She is in fear that they will catch up to her. And one, to tell Pearl the truth. And then, two, that, her secret will be exposed. And that's it. What did y'all think about the episode? What did y'all think about Elena's story and Mia's story? The episode was okay. Okay, but we had to find out what happened. So, it wasn't, I'm not going to say the episode was a filler episode, but it was okay. All right, guys, that's it. All right? You know the routine. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next week, friends, Bye.